let's do a recapitulation of loops. Okay, so loops and iteration. So basically it's a quick and easy way to do something repeatedly. Okay, so what are the various ways for implementing loops? Can do that using while, do while and for loop. Okay, so let's start with while loop first. So while statement executes its statements as long as a specified condition evaluates to true. Okay, so the syntax is while, condition, and within the block the statements. Okay, so for do while statement, it generally repeats while a specified condition evaluates to false. Okay, so the statement is always executed once before the condition is checked. Okay, do followed by the block of statements, the condition within the while. Now for loop. A for loop repeats until a specified condition evaluates to false. Okay, so the syntax will be for initialization semicolon condition followed by afterthought. Afterthought is the update expression. Okay, let's go through the use of nested loop for creating triangular patterns. Okay, first one is a right angle triangle. For that we are going to use two variables I and j. Okay, so the first loop is used for the number of rows, okay, for the pattern, and the second loop is used for iterating the stars that is to be printed. Okay, so I represents the number of the row and j represents number of asterisks in each row. Okay, and the number of asterisks will be like in the first row there will be 1 star, in the second row 2 stars, followed by the third row having 3 stars, and so on. Okay, and after the execution of each inner loop a new line is to be added. Okay, now let's check. See, this is the output. Now instead of using a hard-coded number of rows, let's take the number of rows from the user itself. Okay, via prompt. Now as we know, the input will be in the form of string, hence we need to use parse int. Okay, so we can see that the other logic remains untouched other than the parse int n. Okay, so I let I equal to 0 and I less than parse int of n. Okay, I plus plus, and for the nested inner loop the value of j gets decremented. Okay, now let's enter 10. See, okay, now let's go to the creation of isosceles triangle. Okay, so for that we just need to adjust the spacing. Okay, so for the space we are going to include another loop, okay, having another variable k. See, it's a perfect isosceles triangle. Now let's move to inverted triangles. Okay, so here the logic just gets reversed. We'll be using the nested loop where i's value doesn't gets initialized with 0. Rather we are going to use a hard-coded value or an input from the user itself. And for the spacing we are going to use k. This triangle didn't turn out to be that good. Let's change the spacing and let's change the hard-coded value. Instead of taking the hard-coded value, let's take the value of n from the user itself. Okay, so I gets initialized with the user's input, which actually represents the number of rows for the stars to be printed. Okay, now let's enter say 5. See, it's a perfect inverted isosceles triangle. So that's all for today. Let's meet in our next video with a new topic. Till then, happy coding.